the Euflora tour. Yes, we were right there on the 16th Street Mall. Checked in with Jamie at Euflora, and she took us around. If you are listening to me now, scroll through on your phone, we would imagine, the photos that we've embedded there, so you can get the full experience. Okay, so we're here with Jamie Perino at Euflora.
Hi, this is Jamie from Euflora. Thank you for coming in today.
You got it. And Jamie, since we've spoken before, we have to point out that this is the 16th Street Mall location, not Aurora.
That is correct. We have 2 locations in Aurora, but you are currently on the location we opened with on 16th Street Mall.
There we go. And we are waiting to be kind of met by security, correct?
That is correct. Part of Colorado law is that every person, no matter if you're 21 or 91, you have to have your ID checked.
Right.
And it actually works out well for us. Our security guard checks your IDs. We scan it into our system. We don't keep the information to use it for future use. We keep it for one day in case there's any theft or loss, and we can check the cameras. But then we also give you a scanner, so we keep your ID at that point, so we can give you the scanner in return for your ID to purchase products.
Okay, fantastic. And so I'm just going to, he knows you, so I'll just give him my ID.
That works, yes,
right.
yeah.
So I'm going to give you my ID for one of those scanners, if you don't mind, sir.
We're going to hold this.
Yeah, oh, sure.
Right.
Oh, wow, thanks.
I get to be the hostess for a second.
Yeah, exactly.
And this is my Blue Line security team. We love Blue Line. They're a very professional group.
Excellent, okay. Can see that that's Ethan by his badge. We can give you his license number.
So basically, he takes your ID at this point. He's going to put it in a little slot, and it's going to match up to the number of your scanner. That way, if somebody decides to try and steal a scanner, they're also going to lose their ID at the same point. So that's how we make sure we get our scanners back.
Yeah, and that's why you don't even have to say don't steal the scanners.
Exactly.
They just won't.
Right, exactly. Unless they don't care about their IDs. So basically, then you come in and you'll see that we have 4 different tables. We have tables of sativa, indica, and hybrids. And next on each table, there's 5 different strains. There's 5 jars, and there's 5 tablets. So you can go up to a tablet, and you can see, for example, here we have a sativa, which is Jack Flash. This will tell you it's very high in THC. It'll explain a little bit about the product, what it smells like, what it tastes like, what the positive effects, medical effects, and side effects are of it. And you can see here we've also had some reviews. So a lot of times we ask our bud tenders and customers that are frequent customers to write reviews. Yeah. So this specific strain of Jack Flash has 4.5 stars. You can lift up the jar, you can see the buds, and you can also take a sniff.
Great, and that's a product right there. I can smell it right from the jar.
Yeah, exactly. You can see it, smell it, and then make a decision based off of what you see right here in front of you.
And so in terms of this content, this is, beautifully presented. Is this your own in-house content?
This is, if you go to any other dispensary, you're not going to find this kind of tablet and jar next to it. This is an idea that we specifically came up with on our own.
Yeah. Oh, yeah. No. When we spoke on the other episode, absolutely, we understand that the presentation is your own. The content within the tablet, that's what I'm asking about.
The Jack Flash. A lot of times we have our bud tenders. They'll smoke it and then they'll write a little bit of content. We also do research online. We obviously Google and see what Jack Flash might be, what the sativa levels are, and then when we get this flower, unfortunately, right now we're not growing our own still. Our greenhouse just put flowers in 3 weeks ago, so we're excited about that. Okay. But when the people bring us the flower that we buy for wholesale, they also have a description and all the testing. They'll tell you the CBD levels, THC levels, and if there's any mold content or spores, that kind of stuff. That all comes in the testing they bring to us as well.
Perfect. So it's amalgamated proprietary content.
It is, yeah. We use several different outlets to come up with this information.
Excellent. We're making our way over to another table here.
Right. So here again, we have just another, this is another sativa table. We find on the 16th Street Mall that people come to town in Denver a lot. They want to go to concerts, they want to go hiking, they want to go to baseball games. They really want the sativas. So on the 16th Street Mall location specifically, we have 10 different sativas. We have 5 indicas and 5 hybrids.
Okay. So they're loving the sativa here for the activities that they're doing. What about Aurora?
In Aurora, it's kind of ironic. It's the exact opposite. We find more of the indicas are kind of what they're looking for. They're in their home, they're kind of, having a rough day at work. Go get us an indica, go chill out, and have a nice evening at home.
Let's check out the couch type of thing.
Right, exactly. Perfect. We have a little bit of artwork here from a local artist who's done this for us. Just kind of something to break up add a little something different to the atmosphere here.
Absolutely. I can see Carlos Santana. I can see Jimi Hendrix, but I don't know what city that is.
This is actually the 16th Street Mall lit up in winter. He took a picture of it. You got the Christmas lights. You got a little bit of snow falling. So this is actually right out in front of our store looking back down toward the clock tower.
Excellent. Okay, fantastic. So now there's a nice wall of all sorts of stuff here.
Right. So we decided, to just add a little bit of diversity in here. We've got some fun stuff. We've got some serious stuff. We've got some books. A lot of people really do care about the marijuana medical uses of it. So we've got the medical uses of it. We've got some cookbooks on it. And we've got how to grow it yourself. If you want to, if you're in a state where it's legal to grow it yourself, you can grab one of these books and take it home. And it's just, we actually sell a lot of them. People really are interested in the whole entire aspect from start to finish of what the marijuana has to offer as a medical use as well.
All right, fantastic. Okay, so you're, again, just talking about content within the tablets, you're selling some content out here on the shelf.
Yeah, exactly. And then we move on to something a little more fun. We've got some stash cans, people just think it's kind of, maybe they don't want to participate per se, but they want to take something home.
Yeah.
So you got a stash can, which people, you can use for jewelry, you can use for cash, or you can use for marijuana to hide from your children or your spouse if you don't want to share.
So it's a Magic Star stash can.
Right, or we've got the Corona Extra. If you want to screw off the top of the Corona Extra can, there's a little container in there, and you can actually store your product and then put it back on. It looks just like a Corona can. Put it in your fridge, and nobody will know the better.
There we go. We got some pipes here.
Yeah, we've got lots of pipes. We've got all different kinds. We've got the oil rigs, we've got bongs, we've got little hand pipes. It just depends on what you're in town and what you're looking for.
Okay, and then now that here's you guys are all about screens, so I do want to ask you about this. How did you choose what content to share on this larger screen that's prominently displayed?
Sure. So the screens we have throughout the stores and all three locations actually are part of Iconic, which they are kind of a marketing firm as well. So they partner with, for example, here Edipure is showing up, and different companies, and we work together. They pay part of the advertising, we get part of the advertising back to promote their product within our stores. And then we also have some rules and regulations and pictures of stuff that's happened since the inception, I guess, of marijuana legalization in Colorado.
All right, fantastic. So there's some more pipes here, and then you get into vape pens over here, right?
Yeah, that's correct. We've got all kinds of fun pipes. It's really one of my favorite stories is we have this marker pen. It's just a highlighter, typical highlighter. You screw off the end of it, and the funny thing is you can turn it into a pipe. We had a teachers convention in town when we first opened in 2014, and we probably went through 500 of these. And it was the funniest thing because the highlighters actually worked, but the teachers absolutely loved it. I think they took it all home to everyone to share it with them. So
amazing. And then there are some cases here that are freestanding.
So we've got, if you start at the far end, we've got the topicals, we've got the lotions and the oils and the lip glosses and the pills and just different things that really don't necessarily make you high, but they still add a little bit of benefit to your life in a daily aspect. If you've got pain, we've got sprays, we've got CBD only pills, and that kind of stuff is, some of that you can take actually across state lines because it's CBD only. So that's a good thing about these if you're incurring any pain. And as you move on, we've got your gummies, your hard candies, your cookies, your brownies, mints, gummies, lots and lots of chocolates. As we move on, we've got a little bit of caramels and crackers. I mean, pretty much almost anything you can imagine to eat right now is put into edible form. We're pretty selective, though. We like to make sure that our companies we work with have a very high standard of the chocolate they use, of the THC levels they're putting into the products, and they're very consistent. That's really important. We want our customers to have a consistent effect every time they eat something from our product line.
Absolutely. I'm seeing Incredibles. I'm seeing Sweetgrass Kitchen, among others,
Right.
but I like to promote our friends.
Yes.
What does sell well here as far as type of product?
Well, on the 16th Street Mall, because it is primarily a tourist destination, there's 2.3 million tourists a year here, and most of those are staying in hotels. You can't smoke in a hotel. You can't smoke on the street. So we sell a lot of edibles, and a lot of people are very nervous. They've heard horror stories about edibles. So we sell a lot of single serve, 5, 10 milligram cookies or drinks or candies, which is a great place to start. We encourage that. That's what our bud tenders encourage. We also sell a lot of the vape pens, because it's discreet. You can think it's an e-cigarette. It doesn't smell, but you still get a similar effect to smoking versus what you get when you do an edible.
There you go. And as far as the edibles are concerned, 5 to 10 milligrams. Start low, go slow.
That's our model. The other model that my bud tenders I've taught them is hydration, moderation, elevation. You're at elevation here in Colorado. It doesn't matter if you're drinking alcohol or you're going to do a little bit of marijuana. You're still at elevation. Hydration, same thing. You're at elevation. Doesn't matter. You need to consider drink the water, and then moderation, same thing. Just that's our three things there.
There we go. Okay, now we've got some lower standing, freestanding tables.
Yep. So some of these display cases over here, we've got the grinders, the wrapping papers, the rollers, just the necessities that you might need if you want to buy a couple grams and take them home or wherever you're going to be to enjoy them for your leisure. So we've got some items to help people with that as well.
And I can tell you the layout is really very different than other dispensaries. There's no question about it.
Our layout is completely different. We kind of focused on being more of a high-end retail store. We actually got the jewelry cases from a Nordstrom's that was going out of business. We wanted it to be more of a shopping experience. We didn't want it to be a one-on-one, threatening, intimidating kind of experience. We wanted you to come in and feel like you were actually just walking around any store on any normal given day and just doing a little shopping. That's it.
There we go. That is certainly what it feels like. Now we've got the case of Dixie.
That is correct. We have Dixie. We have a little bit of Canna Punch over here. On any hot given day like today where it's 96 degrees out, we've got the cool, refreshing Dixie Elixir drinks, we have the single serve at 10 milligrams, which are great for the beginners, all the way up to the 90 milligrams. And we've also got Sweetgrass. It's right around the 4th of July. We've got some key lime pies that you can buy nice and cold and crisp, and you can take them home and enjoy those.
Yeah, pretty cool. And then here's some, we can call it swag, I guess, right?
A little more swag, that's correct. We got some Euflora branded product over here. We've also got some stuff promoting, the Denver Nugs, Mile High City.
Right.
It's just kind of fun. People really like to take something home, whether it's a memory or a piece of a T-shirt or a hat. That's something that they can take home from Colorado, being the first state to legalize this.
Excellent. And so then now looking back across the entire store, we've got basically a 4-sided checkout counter.
That is correct. We built a very large checkout counter. We can expand in the future if we need to. The good thing is we thought we'd have to expand, but with the use of the scanners now, we really don't have to. So I kind of skipped the scanner part, I guess. Yeah. But everything in here has a barcode. So you take your scanner, you scan the barcode, and you scan every item you want. And at the end, you hit send, and it'll send it to the POS system, and they'll have your order ready with your total right there. So we've really cut down on the amount of human man hours that we need to, produce an order for you. So you've got this very large center, which has all of our product behind it. You've got a bud tender. You go up there, you hand them the scanner.
Right.
They get your order ready. You give them your cash, and you're out the door within less than usually 5 minutes.
So it's almost like wedding registry shopping.
It is, exactly. It's like, and you can have fun. You can just sit there and scan and hit the button, and then when you reach your total, you're done.
There we go. Fair enough. And then beyond the counter, there's a big map with a couple of Euflora logos on it, and what must be, I don't know, tens of thousands of pins?
I don't know how many stick pins we have in there. And it was really funny. We put this up in May. We opened in April. We put this up in May of 2014. And I've looked over it several times, and there is not a continent or country that is not represented at least with one pin. And as you can see, the United States is completely full. There is not a pin left. And lots of Europe is here. It's really exciting. In the future, I'd like to put an interactive one in there where you can log into your Facebook page and take pictures in here and comments and stuff. But it's just so exciting to see that it's not just a Colorado thing. It's not just a U.S. thing. It's a global thing.
Yeah, no, the U.S. is completely and totally packed and almost to overflowing. What's your favorite pin that's up there that, whatever country?
There was one up there in, I think, Iceland. And I was like, that poor guy, he needs to smoke a lot more because he's probably alone, or who, guy, girl, whatever it was. But there's one lonely pin up there. But God bless him for coming to Colorado.
Well, from Greenland or Iceland?
Oh, wait, there's a second. What's Greenland?
Well, so I think you mean
Greenland. Isley. Yes, it's Greenland.
Right.
Yeah,
because Iceland, Reykjavik, that's great.
Yep, so it's Greenland.
Yeah, it's got to be.
I felt bad for that poor guy. But he was here. Hopefully he had a good time while he was in Colorado. Thank you for correcting me.
There you go. And thank you for doing this, Jamie. Appreciate it.
Thank you for stopping in. It's always great to see you.
All right.
So there's your Euflora tour. You can, hopefully you got a chance to see the iPad type setup, the digital interface and all of that. Jamie does a great job of making it look and feel different. My favorite part, of course, was the map. So I hope you enjoyed.